What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone. I'm here for another episode of UnSKripted, here for your wonderful, fun, as always, every single week Q&A sessions. This week, I'm going to bring in a friend. He's getting up there in age, so last week, he had to go ahead and hibernate a little bit, man. He's a bear, but he's a cuddly teddy bear when, he had to get to sleep. It's cool, man. He's got to get his beauty sleep. That's all. It's that's what it's all about, man. Big grizzly bears like this person just have to get their due sleep. So without further ado, I'm bringing my friend Harold Hogue, better known as Ice Train. How are you tonight, sir?
Man, how y'all doing out there, man? You're not gonna let me live that good sleep down I had. When I had just got in from Vegas, and I was watching the game, and the game was watching me, Chris, like I told you.
All good, man. It's all good.
It's all good, man.
You know how to joke, man. It's all good, but I know that I'm super happy and excited for you to be with me yet again tonight, man. I always have just the funnest times hanging out with you, man. So you ready for some questions?
Man, I'm ready for some questions. Let's do it.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. Ablash, what are your thoughts on Bray Wyatt's alliance with Alexa Bliss? Will Bliss benefit in the long run with this angle?
Man, WWE, for number one, is doing a great job. And Wyatt is so talented, man. I just like the way that he's getting his push right now. That's it, man. And plus, he's a great worker, and he can carry that ball, man. He's doing good. It.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I like it. He can work. He's entertaining. He's funny. Man, he's got a little bit of all of it, personality and everything.
Yeah. Before we go on, man, what is on your plate, by the way? I am intrigued to know what is on your plate, man. What is as far
ready,
as what you eating right now, man?
I'm actually getting ready to do that curl thing a little bit after second week in January, where I'm going to probably break the world record in the curls. So that's been my hobby.
How much?
I'm going for a strict bar curl of 250, and I'm going for a cheap bar curl for 320.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'm and I'm gonna do 225 for 65 reps on the bench press. I'm not
Wow.
going heavy no more. You can have all the heavy stuff. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
225 for like 60 reps
Nice.
at
Nice.
50. At 56 years old. So I
Nice.
got to keep up with my sons, man. Them boys have become a little beast, man.
I saw that training video you had on Facebook, man, of your son. He was getting it in, man.
Man, you gotta go to the Ice Train Instagram and watch my boys work out. My 19-year-old got a push-up challenge where his goal is by Christmas is to do 200 straight lockout push-ups.
Nice.
No pause and no half reps. Straight. Michael's gonna lock them all the way out. He's up to
Nice.
like 75 right now.
Nice, man. Yeah, I do a push-up challenge every July, and the most I've done in one setting, I think, is 100. So,
They
yeah,
got now. I want them hearing like them DDP yogas though, man.
yeah,
1, 2, 3 up.
yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't do the half stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
and what do you have on your dinner plate, man? You have PF chains. You just
Oh, I
telling me
had a
that
little. Now I got a little tea. I just finished my little tea up right there. Boom,
Okay.
my
All
little
right.
tea. I had a little with my man Charlie. I had a little chicken fried rice and steak,
Nice.
and
Nice.
I think Charlie had a little bit of shrimp fried rice and steak.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've
so
been
we just
to,
out breaking a little bread.
I went to PF Chains for the first time. I mean, I ate PF Chains for the first time this year, and
Really?
yeah, for the first time. Yeah.
So you've been back a couple times.
I've only had it. It was like a couple months ago, and I definitely plan on going back before the year's up. It was delicious. I
Man,
loved
it's pretty good. You got to get them lettuce wraps, man.
it. Okay, that sounds good.
Lettuce wraps
Uh,
is real good. It's good vegan.
yeah. Okay, nice. Ruju was asking, what do you think? Why do you think WCW went out of business? Can AEW become the new WCW?
WCW went out of business because when they let go of Eric Bischoff for that certain time. Eric Bischoff, like I tell you all the time, was a man who didn't see color, and Eric had great vision,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a lot of people who wanted Eric's job, but just couldn't get the number. Man, Eric created a lot of talent, and
Mm-hmm.
WCW went out of business because there was too many Chiefs, and plus they didn't know how to develop their young talent.
Yeah, yeah.
That was it.
Now, do you know why Eric left for that particular time being? I mean, I'm friends with Eric, and I am. But what were your thoughts on as far as why Eric left? I know that. I mean, I'm friends with Eric and Russo. Interestingly enough, but why do you think th- that time where he came back with he had the long kind of salt and pepper, his hair started to get white. Then they did the Millionaires Club and the against the New Breed and all that, and it was just an odd kind of pairing with Bischoff and Russo. As far as what you remember, why did Eric leave at that time?
Man, well, for number one, God bless David Arquette, but you just don't drop your strap to a wonderful guy who's just an actor.
Yeah.
And it became more entertaining. And then you still had some of the old school regime. I mean, think about it. You couldn't get more colorful than Dusty Rhodes. So, like, wrestling was still good, but Dusty Rhodes was a character. Ric Flair was a character. And it was, and Russo, bless his heart, man, he didn't care who in the heck he brought in. He
Yeah.
would bring anybody in to
Hmm.
get a rating, and if the rating didn't go right, that was the end of it, Chris.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you got to still have pride in what you do. And
Hmm.
Eric loved what he did. Eric loved what he did.
Yeah.
And when he left, he wanted to really create the company. Fuchsia was going to
Hmm.
take over, and he was going to use Fuchsia for the next company.
Hmm. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Brian's asking, what made you want to retire when WCW was sold? How do you think a run in WWE would have worked
Because
out?
I had turned down Vince twice right before they retired, and I was going up to New York, and I was really doing good with Canyon. I was actually the light had just came on when me and Canyon was working,
Mm-hmm.
and no, not right here. And the light had just came on, and we were really doing some big things. And I had a chance to go to Vince maybe about 2 months before that, and after that, I felt that it was just good to leave it alone because I didn't want to not ever love the business. Like right now, I'm out the business 20 years and I still love it, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great brotherhood and a great, great fraternity.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you said Vince hit you up. You turned Vince down twice. What do you remember the deals, and do you remember why you turned them down?
I was making Vince, what Vince McMahon would tell you, hey, Train, you come up here, we'll do this. And you had to earn it. And I was used to that guaranteed money from WCW, and I had just bought my house. And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't about to lose my guaranteed money for a, a pipe dream. And I saw if Vince liked you, he created you. And if he didn't like you, you was out that door. It was a business with him.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was ready to take that chance. Should
Mm-hmm.
I have done it? If I'd have felt like Vince was gonna treat me like Otto Vance or Peter Williams over in Europe, I would have did it. But I just thought Vince never talked about my 700-pound bench press, my squats, my bench, my curl. They never talked about that. So
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't think it was going to work out. And I believe that I'm right, and a little bit I could be wrong about it too. But I think I made the best decision.
Yeah. Now, were y'all talking about anything at that time? Did y'all have any plans, or he just wanted to bring you in and just see how it goes?
Man, I believe the plan was probably to put me with another African American wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
and I just didn't think it was gonna work, man. And I didn't want to tag team with nobody no more. I just thought I had my own little charisma,
Mm-hmm.
and if you use it right, and you knew how to get behind me, I could have been your junkyard dog. I could have been I could have been your Bobo Brazil. But
Nice.
I wasn't gonna go out there and just sell my soul for $1. I just
Yeah.
wasn't happening, Chris.
Yeah. I hear you, man. Guillermo, what was the wackiest moment that WCW made?
Say that one more time.
What was the wackiest moment that WCW made?
David Arquette,
Mm.
um, David Flair.
Why
Uh,
David Flair?
man, David was a kid who was just cool, but man, that kid had David was so cool with me. He had a target on his back the day he walked in the company.
Mm.
But he might have not looked tough, but he had some thick skin. And David Flair was pretty tough, man, mentally, because he
Mm.
went through it hard, brother. He really
Yeah.
did. And man, and I mean, my hat's off to him, man. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what he went through.
Mm-hmm. And the shoes he had to fill by being a Flair. I mean,
Man, brother,
just
being a Flair at the hype of the NWO though. I,
exactly.
not being a
Yeah.
Flair. I mean, that kid had he was tough, man, mentally.
Hmm.
I mean, they tried to break him, but you could never break little David Flair, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the kid was tough as nails, man.
Now, was there any heat of him and Stacy Keibler being together?
No, man, Stacy Keibler is a darling, and David is just cool. David
Hmm.
Flair is hilarious, and Stacy Keibler was just a really sweet person. The
Yeah.
Stacy Keibler I knew in WCW. She still told me I was gonna be her bodyguard, but she ain't never called me back for the job.
Come on, Stacy, give him a call. Give my new trainer a call, man.
She said,
Elvis.
"Train, if I ever get famous, I'm gonna let you be my bodyguard." And I ain't never hear back from Stacy.
Empty
Yep, I think
promises.
that's the only lie she ever told in her whole life.
That's too bad, man.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart though, man.
She might have called you train, but that was just one of those answers. That was just one of those numbers you didn't recognize, so you didn't answer. So
You know
uh,
what? And I might have been asleep.
Yeah, there you go. You might have been asleep. Elvis is asking, "Hi there. How was it having the greatest manager, Teddy Long, and whose idea was it for him to be your manager? How is Teddy outside of his character? Holla, 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 player."
Man, Teddy Long, man, I talk to the Godfather at least once a month, man. He's
Mhm.
just a good person, man, who just loves pro wrestling. And at that time, Teddy had me when I was a hard-headed kid, man. I knew it all, man. I was like, I ain't listening to nothing you say. And and as I got older, I was like, man, we could have done so much more together if I was a nicer person. Chris, I
Mhm.
told you, man, I was into that real thing. Nobody in this company stronger than me,
Mhm.
and I can jump through the ceiling. I got charisma, and you know when Dusty Rhodes tell you got some charisma, baby, you got some, baby.
Yeah,
And
baby.
and yeah, baby, American Dream, baby. Dusty Rhodes
That's the
is
road,
one of the
American
nicest
dream,
guys
baby.
you ever meet.
Right.
Um, and I was just stubborn, man. Him and DDP really tried, and Pez Watley tried to really help me, man. But I was hard headed, man,
Mhm.
and I was just hard headed. But when I grew out of it, I could really respect all of their opinions. I really could. They
Mhm.
were good people.
Yeah.
Teddy, awesome guy.
Was Pez like, did he want to go further than just being an enhancement talent? Because like Pez Wally is among like like he had so much charisma, but he's among the Iron Mike Sharps of this world and
Not
SC
not
Jones of
really.
this world.
Not really. See, you saw the late part of Pez. When he was in Mid South, Pez was a champ, man.
Oh
Go
yeah,
back
Mid
to you.
South, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anything past like 80, 90, 87,
Well,
88, yeah.
you got to remember, man. Pez came along as an African American. You
Mm,
only had one on the card, brother.
okay, I can see that. I
It's
can see
just
that.
a shoot.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm gonna be honest with you, if not for Eric Bischoff, there's no Booker T, that 20-time champion. If not for Eric Bischoff, there's no Harlem Heat.
Hmm.
Because Eric, I mean, you could have killed them guys off a long time ago. Eric pushed them guys, and they had the talent to carry the stick. Stevie Ray and Booker T, and I mean, there's no Shelton Benjamin without Booker T. There is no,
Hmm.
Big E without Booker T.
Hmm.
Booker T
Kofi
opened up
Kingston.
a lot of doors, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Now Watts, did you ever work with Watts?
Man, let me tell you the story about Mr. Watts.
Hmm.
I came in with Eric Watts. Me and Eric Watts used to work out every day.
Hmm.
And man, Eric just had it so tough. Eric was
We
a
want to
good
see
but
your
amateur
hand.
wrestler.
We want to
Huh?
see your handsome mug, Train. I can only see the
Oh,
top
I'm
of it. There we
sorry.
go. There we
Hey,
go.
Eric Watts was an awesome person. Man, he
Hmm.
just had it hard from his daddy.
Hmm.
He really did, man. Eric was a
Why?
good
Why
person.
is
I
that?
knew Cowboy Bill Watts.
Why is it? Why do you have? Why do you have it hard?
Well, he had a heart, man, because they wanted Eric to become a great shoot fighter, and they put the belt on him, the TV title, and
Hmm.
all of that, man. You had guys like Rick Rude he was working against. Eric wasn't ready to go into them
That's
promos,
true.
man.
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Yeah.
and then, but Eric held his own, man. I actually got Eric booked in Germany one time. Eric was a good guy,
Okay.
and
Hey, if you got any,
his dad was still into the '60s. That's all I can say.
if you got a contact with them, man, I would love to
Eric,
bring him on.
I give
Yeah,
you
Eric.
I give you Eric's number tonight.
Okay, sounds good. I would love to talk to Eric and have a Q&A with him. Um, let's see. Got a few more questions for you, my man. Misha was asking, do you think Goldberg will be wrestling in 2020?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. Yeah, go Billy gonna get him a check somewhere. Yeah.
Good piggyback question here. Hi, sir. Did you interact with Goldberg backstage in WCW? How was the experience if you did? That's a good question.
Man, I took Bill Goldberg to the gym with me one day. He couldn't move his arms for about 3 weeks. Yeah, I knew Bill Goldberg. He used to work out with me and Tony Freeman and everybody. George Billy's just a good guy, man. Billy couldn't even understand the push when he was getting it. He was just a humble guy. He really was. Bill's just a good guy. He drank a Coors Light with beer with you or soda with you. Billy Goldberg's a good guy.
Now, did you know of him getting any heat in the backstage when he was getting his push by anybody? Anybody like interact with you?
WCW wasn't full of haters, so everybody was happy. Everybody in that company was making their money, and there was no jealousy in that company.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep Terry Taylor out of everything, it was always good.
Okay. You can't just throw that out there without going further into it.
Terry Taylor is I have no idea. You know, when did Lucifer do the apple in the garden? Terry Taylor been around long as Satan.
Man.
And I don't really do a lot of. Hey, I love all my wrestling brothers, but man, that Terry Taylor, man, that dude's something else. Oh my God, I have no idea how he keeps the job. God bless him. That's all I can say.
Okay, did you have some negative interactions with him? I'm guessing.
No. Just Terry, just one of them guys. It just stay around. No, it's not negative. It's just you ever saw a little devil just walk around and know everything and always say, "Hey, good job. You're doing really good." And then 5 minutes later, man, I just got fired.
Oh, okay. I see now.
Yeah.
I see. So was Terry Taylor to me was just the. It just seems like he was ripe for the picking to be a horseman, but he never. But he had the look, he had the talent, but he never became a horseman. I always wondered why Terry Taylor was not picked to be
the horseman. I just told you, Terry Taylor was a person that just high. Arn Anderson is Arn Anderson, man. Straight shooter. Ric Flair, as fun as you see, straight shooter. Ole Anderson, straight shooter. Lex Luger, cool. Terry Taylor. Now he could have been like one of them sly backstabber characters, but he could have never been a horseman. He could have been like one of them guys who, man, he could have been. No, Terry Taylor could never be a horseman. He didn't have those four guys I named you, Lex Luger and even Paul Roman. They all had good. They was cool people, man. They was good men. They're good men. I mean, Flair, good in real life. Ric Flair, good man. Arn Anderson, good man. Tully Blanchard, good man. They good people, man.
Yeah.
So just because you look like you could be a horseman, don't mean you could be a horseman.
Oh, we've definitely seen that throughout the lineage of the horsemen. That's for sure. There's definitely some people that didn't belong there. That's
exactly. Terry Taylor, great worker, great talent.
And that's it.
Terry Taylor, that's all. Good man. God forgive me.
I hear you, man. Let's see. Hi, sir. Looking, which current WWE star do you think would have been a great asset to WCW?
Vicky Langston, Kobe Kingston, Mark Henry, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton would have been great in WCW. Let me see. I got one more on the tip of my tongue. What's his name? Keith Lee.
Oh, yeah. Randy Orton just won his 14th WWE World Championship this past Sunday. What are your thoughts on that?
He well deserved, man. When he did that match with Keith Lee, it showed a lot of character in him, and it showed that he was a guy willing to give to help another piece of talent out. And that's a beautiful thing when you can go out here and know you got 15 years of great experience, and you go out here and you carry a guy who's a great talent, but you don't mind doing a DQ or disqualification and taking the bumps and taking the butt whooping and selling. That's Keith Lee, man. And Steve Austin. He reminded me of Steve Austin. Steve Austin can make anybody look good.
Yeah. Now, with Steve Austin, there was some rumors with Steve Austin that he was using some, some offensive terminology in the backstage during his time in wrestling. Have you ever dealt with any of that?
Man, you go to Brian Pillman, Ron Simmons, and Steve Austin and Ice Train. Man, I peed off Steve Austin something awful that night. Ole Anderson said, "Don't sell nothing." I mean, when I say don't sell nothing, you don't give them nothing. I say, "Yes, sir." That was Ole Anderson. And man, Steve Stone Cold was so mad he ran out the ring. He was hot. But I was just a rookie. Man, I was 27 years old, just doing what they told me to do, man.
Yeah.
And you watch that, it's the Hollywood Blondes against Ron Simmons and Ice Train. Man, they was hot.
Did he come to you backstage afterwards?
Now, you at that time of life, I'm a kid you now. You ain't want to come back to me. You just took it and went on. And you could talk, but you ain't. You ain't want. I had my crew, man. I had Stevie Ray, Booker T, man. We was a crew, baby. You might have got. You would have came out better going to see Ron Simmons, as I would call Ron Simmons the Obama of the group. But you ain't want to come in there. It was better that they just was mad and went on.
Yeah.
It was better because, it was some separation in that locker room back then, baby. It's more camaraderie now, but no, it was good. Steve Austin is wonderful, man, and just a great talent. And I just was doing what they told me to do, man.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. Last question from Lauren here. Did you think Chris Jericho would be wrestling in 2020? What are your thoughts about his current AEW one? And he actually will be turning 50 in a couple of weeks.
Man, I think Chris looks fantastic. I love the gimmick. I love the outfits, man. It's just smooth. And it's just what Chris loved to do, man. It's just, how you love to go to the gym and work out?
I
You
do.
love to rock that regular Cleveland Brown and Ohio State outfits you wear?
Oh,
Chris
I don't wear
Jericho.
Cleveland Browns. I do wear Ohio State, though. I'm a Titans fan.
Huh?
And it's not. I said I don't rock Cleveland Browns, but I do rock Ohio State, though.
Yeah, you're right. You rock your Buckeyes, baby. So
I do.
so Chris Jericho is still rocking it at 50, man. You can't hate on the guy.
That's true.
It's showtime. I think it's awesome.
He's still putting people over. He's still making people famous. Chris Jericho had a knack for doing that. I think to a fault, though, honestly, because Chris Jericho's one of my all-time top 5. I think he puts people over to a fault, in my opinion, because there's just to me, Chris Jericho had that rock star feel, and he could have been. I think he could have been like The Rock as far as just like popularity.
He is like The Rock, Chris.
Yeah, I think
a different way.
Yeah, but I think he puts people over too much to a fault, though. I think
that
because he loses, man.
Okay, you just talked about Pez Whatley, right?
Yep.
Pez Whatley had a 20-year career.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go talk about people with 5-year careers.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho got over a 20-year career. So,
He's one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, for sure. But I think this, as far as like just that echelon, greatest level, like a lot of the people who are among the greatest, they didn't lose matches much. You know what I mean? Hogan,
that ain't
Rock,
real though. That ain't real. See, Muhammad Ali lost matches. The Dallas
lost
Cowboys,
like 5. I think he only lost like 5 in his career.
5 out of 30 though. He ain't had him many fights.
Yeah, Yeah, about 50,
You
55.
can't count the first 20.
I think Tyson lost like 5 in his career. So yeah,
Exactly. So and guess what? So Chris Jericho will be revealed as one of the greatest of all time.
in the ring, yes, I agree. I
In the
think in
ring.
the ring, yes, 100% in the ring. But as a fan, to me, I wish that he would have protected his character more. You see, you talk about Steve Austin. Steve Austin just wouldn't lose a match. Like he walked out even when he was supposed to lose to Lesnar in some regular King of the Ring. Booker T, he wouldn't take the job to Matt Morgan, which made sense. I like Mac Morgan, and I'm a fan of his work. I think he should have been
that's
pushed to world champ, but I understand those, and I agree with those type of moments. Like, no, I'm not going to be losing. Like, you got to build this up here. What I mean? I'm just like,
I told somebody, dude did a podcast with me. He said, Train, I went over your record in WCW. I said, yeah, I did about 12 jobs, and I hated all of them.
mm-hmm.
He said, oh, I said 12. I said, I never lost to Scott Norton, not one time. I lost twice to Regal, 4 draws, and I lost once to Benoit, twice to DDP, once to Goldberg, once to Giant, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yeah.
I said, out of 300, that's how
Yeah.
many I lost.
Yep.
He says, wow. I said, well, this is how I felt about it. I knew some guys had belts and couldn't walk and chew bubblegum.
Mm.
And if they wanted to push you, they was gonna push you.
Yeah.
So like Teddy said, boy, you kept, as Teddy Long told the guy when they said, the guy asked why Train didn't get over. He said Train did get over. They just didn't know what to do with him because he was so big and green and athletic. They didn't know what to do with him. And then when he got good, they were scared of him. Oh man, with the Chris Canyon run, the match, oh my God. The one match we fought, I think was the last one before the company closed. Go back and watch it tonight. Am I smooth against Chris Canyon? And you telling me I wasn't ready for nothing after that? You give me somebody who can dance, I can dance with you. Just give me somebody big like me. You ain't gonna get nothing but a clothesline and a clothesline.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
And that's where they lost me at.
Yep. I agree. My man,
Doc,
it's
it's
always
good
a
to see
pleasure,
you,
man.
man. I like that doctor on there, bro.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. I
Hey, and
appreciate
make
it,
sure
man.
I'm gonna text you Eric Watts' number tonight because he would
Okay.
love to chop it up with you, man. Eric Watts got a story, bro.
I'm sure he
He's a
does.
good guy, man.
Him
He
and
got a
Pops got a
story.
lot. He got a lot to talk about with him and Pops, man, for sure. So,
Man, hey, he's grown up and became a man without his daddy, and that's why I like Eric, man.
nice. Looking
That
forward
that
to it,
was
man.
hard. That was a hard sledding. Hey, let me tell you something. Check out my boy. He coming soon. Bronson Steiner.
Bronson Steiner. Okay.
Man, listen to the name, Bronson Steiner.
Okay.
Bronson works out at my gym. Rick Steiner's son is the best athlete I ever watched in my life. And I'm telling you, and I saw a lot. He been through my workouts, man. Bronson Steiner is going to be a champion. Better
Nice.
than his uncle, much better than his dad. And I'm telling you, I watched him in the ring for 5 minutes. He picked it up like he had been doing it for 20 years.
Nice.
Listen
That's
to
awesome,
man,
man.
I gotta get him on your show
Okay.
soon. Bronson Steiner, man.
Yeah. Let me know,
I
man.
need to send you that number too.
All right. Sounds
Especially
good.
before he become a star, man. Bronson Steiner's gonna be a monster.
All right. I believe you, man. Well, Train, it's been a pleasure, man. We had fun.
It's been
Always.
6 months, but it feel like a week ago. Peace
Yeah,
out to
man.
the doctor.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, make sure y'all go out there and vote now.
Yeah. Good
Make
stuff.
sure you go out there and vote and pray for
Absolutely.
this country, man. God bless you.
Yes. Thanks a lot, man. Later.
God bless you, bro. Bye-bye.